Namaskar. I am Arun Prabhakar Kulkarni. There are so many Kulkarnis in the world that we often are called by our initials. In the institute, I was also called either by APK or just AP. I am talking today about my days in the Gokhale Institute. I came to Gokhale Institute in 1958 and I left it in 1970. So almost exactly 12 years of my life I spent in the institute. I must give some background of my education before I talk about the institute. I was a commerce student doing my MCom in Buran Maharashtra College of Commerce, just adjacent to the institute. The I was not knowing much about the institute, really speaking, in spite of the fact that I was in the neighborhood of the institute. But in the final year, we had a subject called agricultural economics at MCom, and we didn't have any facility for learning this subject in our college. So our principal, T.M. Joshi, told us that since our syllabus and the syllabus of MA for the same subject is more or less the same, if we want, we could attend the classes of Professor D.R. Gadgil in the University of Pune. He was teaching the subject there, and he had made some arrangements that my students might come to you. So I went there. In fact, I was the only person from our college who attended these lectures. They were in the University of Pune campus and once in a week or so. And I used to cycle to the university, attend to our lectures and come back. His lectures were not very inspiring or interesting. He used to teach sitting in the chair. He never got up, never went to blackboard. He had no references, no books with him. And he used to think aloud, so to say. He would take, for example, subject like cooperative and give his thoughts about the subject and all that. He would, of course, give some references of the books which we should read. Very serious looking person. Never a smile, more or less. And we were very scared of him. There were few students of MA and I was the one from MCom. No one was ready to sit in the front benches. I dared and sat. So in our first or second lecture, he asked me about what I am doing there. I told him. So he said, okay. No one would ask any questions. In fact, people were tired or bored of his lectures, frankly. But I used to enjoy it because, one, I was taking his lectures in shorthand. I knew shorthand, and every lecture of his I used to take in shorthand, and he would see that. Not only that, I used to ask some questions to him. Of course, in the entire year or so, I asked not more than 5 questions. But that also required some daring. And he remembered me, I think so. So when I passed my MCom examination, I stood first in the university. I came to know that there is a research methodology scholarship in Gokhale Institute. It is for 1 year. At the end of the 1 year, we would get some kind of a certificate that we have passed this research methodology. And I was not interested in the research methodology or research as a career at all. But there was a scholarship with it, 150 rupees, and we would get 135 rupees because 15 rupees would be deducted for books. Whatever books we required, we could take those from that particular allowance. So that 135 in those days were also great for us. So I applied for that. Initially I was not selected, even not for even called for the interview. The reason being I was a commerce student. Rest of them were economics. But then I told him by meeting that in spite of the fact that I am a commerce student, I have background in economics, statistics. So ultimately they called me for the interview and got selected. And I was told in the interview itself that even if you are selected for this course, you will not be allowed to do your PhD in economics because commerce is a different faculty and economics is a different faculty. So I had to leave after the completion of the course, and I could apply whatever I learned in my commerce faculty to my PhD in commerce and all that kind. I said, okay, the 1 year is 1 year. So I came to the institute. That was for the first time that I met other persons. I was selected partly because Professor Gadgil was there in the interview panel. Professor Dandekar was there, and he asked me questions about statistics and all that. So I was sort of able to impress them reasonably, and I got in. Our course consisted of entire course was in economics. So principles of economics, microeconomics, labor economics, agriculture economics. These were the subjects for economics. Then there was research methodology. Then there was statistics. Then there was mathematical economics. And there were subjects like econometrics, library science, etc. So entire year was quite full. And with me there were other 9 persons. We were in all 10 persons. Out of them, 2 persons were very senior. They were professors or lecturers in economics. One was from University of Nagpur, Mr. Pimparkar, Dr. Pimparkar. He was a guide, really speaking. And there was another from Nanded, Padera. And they were very senior to us. And then there were 8 other students like me. Ultimate aim was to learn about how to do research in economics. We used to come to the institute by about 9 o'clock with our dabbas and all that, and would leave by about 6 o'clock or so. There were no regular lecture hours as such. Whenever Professor Dandekar was free or Dr. Soni were free, they would call us and we would gather there 10 students in one room, in lecture room, and the lecture would be there. There was a lecture on library science also. There was a course on library science. So how the books are arranged and all that kind of a thing, that was also taught to us in our library by, there was one Dr. Soni there, librarian, and he used to teach us. Immediately after 1 month or so, all of us began to feel that we are facing many difficulties. All these were very learned, very nice professors, Professor V.M. Dandekar, Professor Soni, Professor Mathur, Mrs. Dandekar, Professor Gadgil himself. But whatever they were teaching us, and the books also, which were recommended to us, and some of which we purchased also, they were quite tough. It was very difficult to understand, both the lectures as well as. For me, although I claimed that I knew some economics, it was really a difficult subject for me. And many students, almost all students, including Professor Pimparkar and Professor Padde, they found mathematics and statistics especially tough. We had books from R.G.D. Allen, Mathematical Economics and Economics for Mathematics for Economics. And they would find them extremely difficult. So what we used to do, we used to remain in the classroom. After Professor Soni or Professor Dandekar or Professor Gadgil left us, we would teach ourselves. Professor Pimparkar, Professor Nanded would teach us economics, and I would teach mathematics and statistics. So that way, we really speaking, we learn from each other much more than we learned in the formal course. At the end of the course, there was for 2 months field work. We were given a topic and we had to prepare the questionnaires, and we had to go to the village and get the information by interviewing farmers and others ourselves. And that was also extremely tough. We went to a village near Vai in Maharashtra and stayed there for about 2 months or so. So by the end of the course, we had really got well trained in research methodology and in the subject like economics, sociology. There was a subject called sociology also, and that was very fruitful to us. Ultimate in the selection, although I was told that I would not be admitted for PhD, I was selected ultimately, and probably I was the only one from all these students who remained there till end. The two professors, of course, went to their own positions in Nagpur, Nanded. I was selected, and at that time I was called by Professor Gadgil, and then he said that okay, your performance is not bad. He would never say it was a good performance or anything like that. He said your performance so far is not bad, and I have taken the responsibility, if you don't mind, of changing your faculty from commerce to economics so that you can do your PhD in economics. I was very glad. And he also said that if you don't mind, I would be your guide. Now in those days, to get a guide like Professor Gadgil was itself a fortune. And that fortune, I mean, my God, is asking me. I was overwhelmed, really speaking overwhelmed. And he asked me about my subject and all that. He liked the subject, which was partly in econometrics also. And he said, okay, you start your concept note and all that kind of thing. So he was head of the Department of Economics in the University of Pune. At that time, there was no economics teaching in the institute. And all the teaching used to be done by the university and its colleges. But the university did not have its own Department of Economics. It was, they used to say, it was housed in the Gokhale Institute. And naturally, the director was the head of the department. So Professor Gadgil managed. And after 4 or 5 months, I was officially told that my faculty has been changed and that I am allowed to do PhD in economics. So then I registered myself and started doing my research. The way Professor Gadgil guided me was really entirely different. First of all, he would not impose his own opinions on it. Sometimes my observations went against his own opinions also. But he was tolerant. He never insisted. Second thing is that he asked me to seek advice not only from himself but from all the professors within the institute. officially. For example, if I would take some of my writing to him, which consisted of some statistics or mathematics or some kind of a modeling, he would ask me, have you consulted anybody? Then I would say yes. Whom? Then I would say Mrs. Mukherjee. Immediately he would call the Mrs. Mukherjee on phone, my presence, ask, ask her whether I had consulted her and whether she finds whatever I did was okay. Now, I never thought, and even now I do not think that he did not understand what I wrote. What I wrote. He was good in mathematics also, but still he would consult others. He would ask me to consult others also, and that was his greatness. And so I had more or less permission to go anywhere and all that. I used to, really speaking, only I was not sleeping in the institute, but otherwise my entire life was within the institute. So I had interactions with many people in the institute, all the professors, and I'm very glad to say that I got almost all the help that I required in the institute as well as from the library, which was very great at the time. And then I found that yes, I have found my place in this world. I know what kind of a thing I am going to do in my life. I didn't have any idea when I got my MCOM examination. But now I knew that I would do research and research and research and research in my entire life.